let's mend a pair of pants. First thing we want to do is decide on a patch. And you want the patch to be longer and wider than the hole you're fixing. So I'm going to use this piece of brown fabric. It's a similar weight and it's a similar style of fabric. You don't want to use a different kind of fabric. So I'm going to cut this. Now you're going to want to have pins on hand. I like to put the piece up in here and I'm feeling it with my hand. I know that I've got some on each side, each way. Alright, I have it, the piece in there, as you can see. Now I'm going to keep my hand behind the patch and I'm going to pin my pins near the edge of the patch. Be careful not to poke yourself. Comfortable with working with them. Make sure the end of your patch goes well beyond the end of the tear. You want to get on the good fabric that's not very worn. See, this is still kind of worn here, and I want to be able to sew down here. And my patch is big enough for that. Well, this is a simple way, especially if the pants are just for work or play and not for dress pants. And this way works if the pants are large enough to fit on your sewing machine. Now, I'm going to do a second reel showing how to do them if you have a sewing machine that does not have what's called a free arm. Alright, before I come over to the sewing machine, my sewing machine is actually called a free arm sewing machine. So I can take this piece off, and now it's just an arm sticking out. So I can slide the pair of pants on, the leg of the pants on like this. You're also going to want to set your sewing machine to about a little bit more than a medium zigzag and a small stitch. We're ready to put the pant leg on the sewing machine. Now I like to put my hand down in from the top of the pair of pants down in here and put my hand in behind the patch as I'm sliding it on, so that I know that my patch is not getting messed up. Now I come the whole way up to the top edge of the patch. Be careful not to poke yourself. Start right here. Now I know that because my finger's in here, I can feel the edge of the patch and I feel everything straight. I'm going to set my presser foot down on that top edge corner. Make sure your thread is underneath because it'll start easier that way. Now I'll take this first pin out of my way. Now, you can keep your hand in here if you want to keep the thing so you can feel the edge. Now I'm just running along the top of the patch. I can feel it, and the pins are helping guide me underneath. You kind of work the pair of pants around. Now when you get to the seam of a pair of jeans, especially an adult pair of jeans that's really thick, just go slow. If your machine can't handle it, then you can pick your presser foot up slightly, but sometimes your thread will ball up when you do that. So just come on across there to the corner. Now I know that I've sewn the whole way across the top of the patch and back. So now is where I start my, I guess the way I like to patch jeans. Now I'm just going to continue back and forth, keeping the patch flat. I'm holding the reverse up on the machine, so I'm sewing with one hand for that reason. So just take it slow and stop and adjust your fabric. Now, and don't sew over any pins if you can help it. I'm going to go back to the edge of the patch right there. Now, I'm just going to come back. Now I'm in forward again. And I'm actually going to catch the top edge of this. Some people trim this off. I found that I feel like it holds longer if I just leave it like this. And just use the threads to help the patch. So tuck them in. You can cut them off if you want. I don't think there's any right or wrong way to do it. I'm just showing you my way of doing it. Come on over to the edge. Now, I don't want to sew backwards along that edge, so I'm actually going to work it up just a little and run backwards between the two patches, or the two lines of zigzag that I've already put in. So just above there. Since I'm sewing with one hand, it makes it a little easier to just use the back stitch, not on the very edge. Now, here's a little trick. If you want to move down without picking up your presser foot, just gently pull the fabric this direction. Now I'm below, and I've also actually sewn the edge right there. Now I'm below. I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to come across, just keeping the patch flat underneath. The pins are still in here on the lower part. And it feels like maybe I got a little bump under here, so I'm going to run my hand in there quick. No, that was just the seam of the pants. All the way over. And I'm going to go up. If you're really gently with pulling it sideways, you can do that. Especially best done in zigzag. Alright, so I'm going to work on down. So I want to do the bottom edge of the patch so that I know I have it all secured and I have all the pins out of my way. So now I'm going to run in reverse again. Just running back across. Get this pin out of my way. And I'm feeling with my fingers as it's coming. I can feel the edge of the patch. So you just have to let your fingers kind of do the feeling for you. Now I'm getting to the edge of the patch and I want to work back up now. So what I've essentially done is I've created a square around the hole. And now you can run back and forth as many times as you want to secure this patch. Alright, so we finished that. It's all zigzagged. It's nice and sturdy. This makes a great pair of play pants. And so you just want to trim your threads. And you have successfully patched a pair of pants. Now you can use, if you want them to be a little bit more, I don't know, less obvious that they're patched. As you can see, I matched the thread color here pretty close, but you can also get a patch of another pair of jeans that would be really close in color, and it's very easy to match up and make a nice patch.